Hello, everyone. Sorry, hello, everyone. I know I said 8:05. I'm a bit early, a bit late. Sorry, a bit early and late. Let's put it that way. I'm here before the time I said I'd on at 8:05. Basically, long story short, something came up in the last minutes at that time. But I did where I have it done and dusted. It was nothing too urgent, but just to get it out of the way because we'd probably be late here tonight now. Because I had other things earlier on that delayed the stream, and then this other thing came along and delayed me even further. So we'd be here for a good while tonight. So we probably will be finishing the half 10 or so, given the time we started. Because usually we start at 7, give or take around that time. I put on some music. It might be a bit too loud. Hello there, England. I just seen your message there. Hello. Time is money indeed. It doesn't show up now. I don't know why. Is that just because it showed it there a second ago? Now it's gone. Weird. But I hope we're all doing well. I don't know if that's too loud for people. Again, apologies for being 5 minutes late. Usually I'm on the ball. See, that's the worst thing about setting times. Sometimes, regardless, even if you're the most accurate person imaginable, you're going to have things come up. But sure, look, we're here now. I suppose that's the main thing. Oh no, it's fine. No, it's my fault anyway. See, I thought I would have all done by 7 o'clock, and I didn't. So see, it's hard to plan in the facts. And then I had somebody ring me there a few minutes ago before I went live, and I haven't been talking to this person for maybe 2 years. They've gone to Australia, so this is the only time they got a chance to, ring me to say Happy Christmas, from Australia. So that's the only reason why. So that's why I was 5 minutes late there, because I said I talked to them for a few minutes when I have the time, because they literally just rang me a few minutes before I went live. So that's why I was delayed. I spoke to them for a few minutes. And then obviously everyone had other things, had other things happening. I went to a few of the neighbours and give them a few sweets and stuff like that. So basically had that on, and that's pretty much what caused the whole combustion tonight. Because it was basically going here, there, and everywhere. And then answering the phone. So that's what happened. No Tony, no Fiona. Thank you for the card. Before I say this, thank you for the card. Very nice card. I got it. It was literally one night. It was. I came home Thursday evening. It was in the letterbox for me. So thank you. Nice Christmas card. Nice Christmas card. And of course, nice Christmas message too to all the subscribers and all that. So there we are. I know it's. I wish I could have it up like this. See, I was originally planning to put it like that, but see, we have to take that down. So I kind of have it like I'll just put this back again in a second. But yeah, so I just have to have it like that. I suppose. Just like that. I suppose that's okay. Because I can't have it the other way. Because this is here, and then whatever drinks and stuff goes down. I don't want to spill it away. It's make a mess of it around it. So is that good enough? You can see it anyway on the camera. Just maybe move it. No, I think you can see good enough. Yeah, you can't see the other few of it. So well, there's nobody else that said any of the count yet. Well, I don't think there'll be any. I wasn't expecting any, but thank you so much, and thank you for the card. I do appreciate it now. It wasn't necessary, but thank you for doing it. Hello, Fiona. How are you doing? No, I didn't pay him. I had said to him before the pandemic, like before, but he was planning to come and do it. Then COVID came along, the lockdowns. I only paid him recently, 2 months ago, to do it. I paid him over there, but I didn't pay him before COVID. I asked him to do it before COVID, and he was going to do it during the lockdown, like literally just before the lockdown happened, the first lockdown, just that March. He was supposed to come that April and do it, but obviously he couldn't come and do it, so that's what. But he's paid 2 months ago, pretty much. If that makes any sense. So I'm not very happy that he hasn't done it to be done. But he does a good job. He's a local man, and I'd rather give him the few bob than some other company. No, I had asked him before the pandemic, so it's a long time when I asked him to do it, and I only paid him recently, even though the job's not done. Like who? Like I never. Nobody. Yeah, that's what just I say. But he'd do it eventually. Like he's known for being a bit lazy. That's what I'm not the only one, but the other people wouldn't give him. They were not looking for discounts. I remember one woman one time, it was a local woman down here, got her to do her foot poach, like to pay the foot poach, and she waited for 2 months for him, and she wouldn't pay him the full amount, so I had to knock a few bob off it. But I won't. I just pay up front. Whenever he gets a chance, what he said to me last time, sometime. Last time I was talking about either before Christmas. Obviously, that's not going to happen before Christmas unless he's going to come Christmas Day and do it. And then he said end of January. So we see. When do you see you come when I'm going to this thing in Dublin? When you see that'll be the day you come. But he's paid and all that, so there's no issue in that. So people would say it's quite dear. It's not that cheap. Let's put it that way. Just for the room, like just for the wall and stuff here, and then just the room. And there's a few cracks, like not really cracks, but bits of the paper that's come off, whatever it's got. Hello, Greenface. But no, but this was supposed to be done long ago, Tony. That's what I'm trying to say. Long ago. And it should be done long ago. Really should be. No, because everything will be gone. Like everything, the picture will be down and everything will be gone. Because obviously he needs to pay. The only thing to be here is the telly. I won't move the telly out because there's too much hassle, too many wires and stuff connecting it. But yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully, again, touch wood, because I want to get it done. Like I've paid for it now to get it done, and I want to kind of get it done at some point. See, he's really infamous for being a bit, behind schedule. He's infamous for doing that. Hello, Brian. I meant to say hello when you were saying about never paid. Usually, yeah, but usually I just pay. It's the same. I had a man doing power washing there in the summertime out the back there just to clean up a bit. Even though I have power washing and stuff like that, I just paid him. He's a young lad. He's only starting out. And I paid him before the job, because I went off to work that day and I got him, he was coming into the house in the morning and I was going off to work and I paid him before I went. So, that's always the time I always pay the person. Well, I try always pay before they do it. See, a lot of people, like many times I talk to self-employed people who do that. My uncles and stuff are self-employed. They do odd jobs and stuff. They're not painters or anything, but they'll do odd jobs like fix different things, shelves and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't pay them and have to go chasing them up. So it's better to be upfront with them and say, here's the money, than having to go under. Because there's people I know that are self-employed that have to go run into the courts to get the money. There's somebody that done a big patio for somebody in Cavan and they won €42,000, something like that. Like a huge patio out the back. Like what do we call it? Panels or whatever you call them on the ground. Like very loudly down stuff, pretty much, and he's owed €42,000. And you get what I'm saying. I think some people just won't pay, and I even though your man knows it won't run away, I just slipped down the road from him. So how are they going to run away? If that makes any sense. Hello, Gordon. I don't know if they say hello to you. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place. To be totally honest. So, fingers crossed. Touch wood. The crap job. Well, I don't think anything's better than what it is at the moment, what I'm trying to say. So, I really don't care how long as it's painted. Because I don't know if you remember, if you look back at my old videos from about 5-6 years ago, there's an old map that used to be here. And obviously, there's thumbtacks on the wall. I don't know if you can see it there. There's thumbtacks and it's hovering annoying for me, to be totally honest. That's why this part, particularly this part of the wall, everywhere else is fine. It's just this part of the wall that's a nuisance with the thumbtacks on it. So it'd be better than nothing, as long as that's covered up. I really don't care, to be totally honest. But he does a good enough job. But the only thing about him is he takes his time. He's not going to wash himself. Let's put it that way. So it could be a week literally sitting here without the use of the room. So what I'm trying to say, he's not going to wash, and he doesn't rush to go to the jobs either. But he's paid in full, so even though a lot of people say you're crazy, I'm not going to say how much it was. It was very dear. I know it's still very dear. So he might charge extra because there might be other charges too. But pretty much he's paid for the paint and all that. He's paid for everything like that. And his time for the moment. If he goes overtime, then obviously you have to pay him extra. The white square. But yeah, the picture have to come down. Everything would have to go because the whole room is going to be done, not just the wall. The wall is the main. This part of the wall is the main thing I'm worried about with the thumbtacks because it's how the nuisance to have it like this. And it sees a long time in the fads that has to be done. Like even before COVID, it was supposed to be done that April, and the lockdown happened that March. And it hasn't been since, and we're still here. Even though I was assured it would be done sometime before Christmas, but you're looking, what can you expect, I suppose. But I suppose I wasn't hurrying them too. I didn't push them to do it. It wasn't like other people. Like that woman fucking went mad. He didn't turn up to do it. And she wanted the big discount. She got a big discount off it and stuff. But I'm not going to even ask for the discount because at the end of the day, as a self-employed man, I'm not going to be looking for money back from. Okay, no, well, yeah, a plumber is hard to get. You're going to pay huge money for a plumber. They're very hard to get now, a plumber. Desperately hard to get. But see, the majority of people I get, even though, I could go into the town there, Cavan Town, and look for somebody. There's hundreds of people probably in the Cavan Town that could do it. It's the fact that I'm going for a local man here who only lives down the road. And he's a lot more expensive. But if I went for another person in the town, I could get somebody to do it, which would have been done by now, pretty much. But it's the fact of the matter, I went for the local pater, trying to keep money in the local economy, if that makes any sense. Even though it's more expensive, like I checked up with somebody else in the town, and I would have been saving nearly 700, in my pocket. So I'm paying your man basically 700 extra than the other man, pretty much. The other man quoted me 700 less than the other man from here, pretty much. Wouldn't say. So I would have been saving 700, if that makes any sense. But I still went for the deal's price. But as long as it's done, I don't really give a shit how much it costs. As long as it's not too extraordinary. Already it's a bit extraordinary, the price, especially because I'm not getting the whole house done. Like I know a person that got the whole front of the house done, and the hallway and everything, the whole 9 yards. And it only added up to, and for all the paint and stuff, and obviously the price of paint has gone up, etc., etc. It was only about 17,000 for the whole house, and this is a bungalow house, kind of. And this is only one room, it's not 17,000, it's nothing like that, but it's definitely a few thousand. Yeah, but when I say a few thousand, then not in deep ditches or anything like that, but a bit, let's put it that way. Because he's known for being slow, so, he's going to be here 3 or 4 days, a week at most. So, but it's still not that bad. He'd probably knock a bit off it maybe at the end. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to ask him, but we'll see. But yeah, so I just I had to get it done, I know. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. It's all a nuisance to me because especially the thumbtacks. I hate looking at the thumbtacks behind me. See that fucking old map. Is the problem. But anyway, enough giving up about walls and paters and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say is, even if you got a pater now in the morning or a plumber, they're in hard supply. There's not many of them around. Years ago, there used to be many. Unfortunately, all of them have left the country and left because they're not getting enough money and stuff like that. Like we get somebody here to solve the boiler. We get that every year. Like a person to solve the boiler. There's not many people around. Just to solve the boiler out the back every year, it's €150. And he's only here for 5 minutes to solve us the boiler, and €150. So even though one year there was a problem with the boiler, there was something wrong with it. He needed another part or something. But the majority of times there's nothing wrong, and he just checks it and ticks the box, and that's it. But what I'm trying to say, the cost of labour for them jobs and for plumbers and stuff like that, you won't get anybody in the cheap because they're going to charge you because there's lack of plumbers. Like if I look now around this area, Cavan now, and I try and find a plumber, you might only get 3. Suppose that in the whole area, this area, in the Cavan town, about Tobit area, that's all you would get, maybe 3 or 4. And obviously with the lack of plumbers, they can charge more, which I don't mind, as long as the job's done, whatever the job is, as long as it's done. And on time, again, I'm very known for time. But anyway, but hopefully, fingers crossed, because I do want to get it done. It's not that I'm being skippy with the money on that, because oftentimes people said about the thumbtacks and stuff, and I hate the thumbtacks behind me. Because the map, there used to be a map down. It used to always fall down, and used to put more thumbtacks on it. It was just nuisance. In hindsight, I shouldn't have probably put the map. Because every other part of the room is fine. There's no thumbtacks in any other part of the room. There's no issues with any other part of the room. Apart from maybe there's a few notes here and there to remind me of stuff. That's about it. Frustrating. Which story? My story. What do you call that? What do you call them? Is it thumbtack? Not like the sticky, sticky or whatever you call them. Thumbtack. I think that's what you call them. Yeah, that's what's playing at the moment. But yeah, sorry. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I might be lecturing on for. It's just pretty frustrated with me. The room's not done. But hopefully again, end of January, he said to me, see. We chat among ourselves for a few minutes, then we get started. How does that sound? I know we're here for a good while before I'm. Usually I would get in this up by now, but we wait. We just chat among ourselves for a second. Does that sound? I hope we're all well. I hope we're doing well now. 24th, the shortest day of the year. After this, usually the evenings get a bit brighter. Now, obviously, we're not going to see huge, like it'll be bright at 5 o'clock. Gradually, it's going to get brighter from here on out. So tomorrow it might have 5 minutes extra brightness, maybe 2 minutes. But eventually we get brighter and brighter and brighter coming into the summer, so that's a good thing. Supposedly there's going to be snow here in Cavan Monaghan tonight, supposedly, allegedly, of course. Going by Met Aaron. We see what happens. Don't think so. It's not cold. It's cold, but it's not cold-ish. Yeah, that makes sense. It doesn't feel like snow. But I could be wrong. I've been proven wrong before. I remember the 1st of March. Everybody was laughing, said, snow. No, nobody believed them. And then, long behold, the 1st of March came along and a ton of snow just came along. It was hectic that day. So we don't know. Hopefully there'll be a bit of snow. It'd be nice to have a bit of snow for Christmas, but don't take them. At most, maybe a small feet of snow. But that's it. I presume. Allegedly, of course. It's a whole busy time for me now. Christmas coming up, and then the New Year's, and then straight away the next week I'm off to Dublin to this yoke. So it's quite a lot of stuff going on the next few weeks. And to be totally honest, I'm very anxious about it, though. To be totally honest with you. To be totally upfront, which is I'm a bit anxious about it. To be totally honest. Just to put it straight. Because there's a lot of stuff. No, not this. Well, soon. Not soon, but soon enough. Yeah, it's not it's not really. Maybe it could. It could. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. You'd be gone. No, it's not to do with it. It's just the hassle, really. Well, not the hassle, but it's what would you say? I suppose it's going in with all these big hot knobs. That's what with suits and these bankers and NGOs, etc., etc. Not that fond of it. You know, I might as well say straight out the politicians. To be totally honest, I don't mind Santa so much, but you know, the West already. So that's what it is. So that's to be totally further zone. Really kind of. I don't know. I don't know how you would describe it, but I'm not overly looking forward to it too. Especially because it's millions to one, basically, if I get to meet up. It's pretty much millions to one, so it's not a hope in high heaven, pretty much. If I was a betting man, I would bet against it. Let's put it that way. I worry Borealis in this time of year, in this time of place, in this part of the country. Yes. No war Borealis. Unfortunately. I don't know. I have it that long. Like, I have it since I was probably a child. So I couldn't tell you. I presume it was in one of the local shops here in Cavan. I couldn't tell you whereabouts now. But it was somewhere local, I say. I don't know. Like, it wasn't online or anything like that, so I don't know where. It must be, maybe it was Connolly Brothers in Cavan. It could have been. I'm not too familiar now, to be totally honest. This is with Donegal, yeah. Yeah, it was not all the time, but the most of it be up in the north, like in Iceland or Lapland, or Finland. You can see them from time to time now, and yes, we've seen them over here during the summertime at one stage. It's not that common to see them here. Oh yeah, the cow. Did you see the cow here? Sorry, I'm too busy yapping. I don't know if you see this is from Fiona there in the chat. And a nice Christmas message too to the subscribers too. Say. There you go. And then the tree, of course. Then. So that's why, if you're wondering why, just because I have no space on the have it up flat like that. So 240 for stab. What's the deal? I can't remember. I mean, he set off, and I set off so many things that time to the Oculus, and I can't remember how much the stab was. So there we go. But I will say it's not in any perceivable future. It is coming up, going back to Finland. I will say that, but it's not in recent times. It's not coming up very soon. Let's put it that way. It's still a long way away. Just to say. So. Yes, I seen that. Yeah, I seen that when I came in. I was thinking it was your car when I came in from work Thursday evening. But I'm gonna thank you again for that. I do appreciate it. Newborn. I suppose we get started. How does that sound? Because we have to start doing something. Or we cut a stream or something. So unfortunately, again, I suppose we had to start with unfortunate news and sad news. Now, I hate to be, again, it's the worst time of year to bring this up. And it's important, like, it's the worst time of year for this kind of thing to happen. It's not good any time of year, but especially at Christmas, especially because a 9-year-old child, unfortunately, is one of them that has died. One person has died because of this terrorist. Now, I don't know what possessed them to do this, but it's evil beyond words. So over 200 people or so are injured. So this was in Magdeburg in Germany. As you see, 200 or so people are injured. It's quite tragic. It's really quite tragic. Because you can see this is a Christmas park. This is what it's supposed to be: joy and joy and peace, etc., etc. Christmas park, especially coming up to Christmas, and people, families, particularly young children, parents with their children, going out, buying a few gifts, etc., having a good time. And unfortunately, that was all taken away by one evil individual. And a good lot of people are injured, and we're praying for them that they'll make a full recovery. But unfortunately, I think it's 12, and along with a 9-year-old kid that has died, and 200 injured. And it's a tragedy. It really is a tragedy, especially at Christmas. I can't emphasize, how sad it is to see this happening. Especially, it's sad to see it at any time. Let's put it that way. It's a senseless waste of life, and it's an evil individual that done this. And I hope to bring back the death penalty from, to be totally honest, because he needs to go to hell as quick as possible. The person that's responsible for this, because he's not a person. He's the devil, really. We shouldn't even give him a human element to it, as calling him a person. Because not even the devil would do this work at a Christmas market. And so we're praying for all the people that are injured, for the families of the people that have lost their lives. It's a tragedy. It's really tragic, especially coming up to Christmas. So many young people probably hurt too. So many children, innocent children, going about the day-to-day life, innocent members of the public, enjoying their Christmas, going out to a Christmas market, buying a few gifts. And one man had to come along and destroy it. For innocent men, people that had done nothing, didn't even know the man, that just were walking around the day-to-day business. It's an evil act, and I hope he rots in hell. I hope the German, hopefully the German government will bring back execution for this man to make an example of him. And I hope he rots in hell, to be totally honest. But we were praying for the families, and that we have to think about this at Christmas too. That there's so many people suffering because of one man's actions, and I do ask people to think about that in the back of your mind. The poor children that are suffering, that are injured, the adults that are injured, people have lost their lives. It's something that no parent should have to put up with, and it shouldn't have happened in the first place. But yeah. Hello, David. How are you doing? But it's an evil act. There's not really much else to say, but it's atrocious. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. Peaceful time. Only children enjoy looking forward to Christmas, and again, that 9-year-old child take for example, never going to see another Christmas again, and that's the sad thing. And all over some evil bastard, whatever the reason he done it for, who knows? But to be totally honest, there's nothing in the world. The only thing I could say is the electric chair. So was that. There's no prison. It's just he has to go to hell, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to say, and he has to be set there very quickly. To be totally honest with him, and I say that that's just the straight up answer. That's the only solution here. The electric chair. There should be no prison for. He should have been shot dead anyway on the scene. Because doing that to innocent members of the public, regardless of who he is, it's unforgivable. But yeah, but I do ask people just to keep them in your mind over Christmas. To keep them in your thoughts. The poor families that are affected. But I just want to. I hate having to bring it up, around Christmas. It's something that has to be talked about, and something that has to be acknowledged. What happened? I wish it didn't happen, of course. Unfortunately, there's evil people out there that want to do harm to people, and that's the sad thing. There's people out there that want to cause suffering and harm to people at Christmas. Yeah, we wait and see, I suppose, what happens. So we don't really know much else, I suppose, at the moment. The only thing we know is a doctor. I don't know what possessed him to do it, but I suppose we have to see what happens. I suppose we move on now from that. So today and yesterday was National Slowdown Day. So pretty much coming up to Christmas, everybody be traveling here and there and everywhere, going to see family, etc., etc. Like this is insane too. Just the last 24 hours, I would say, 630 drivers caught speeding. Like it's insane. You wonder how people lose their life on the road because people are going crazy. Like some people are doing 50 miles, 60 miles, 70, 80 miles over the speed limit. Like, you're asking for trouble. Like there's some people doing 80, there's some people doing 100 miles over the speed limit. Like some people are just asking for trouble. That's just the thing. So I do just want to appeal to people, if anybody's here going to see family, wherever in the country you're going. If you're driving your car, please pay attention to what's in front of you, of course. Not to be on the phone. But also just be mindful of your speed. To be mindful of it. And to plan accordingly, etc., etc. Don't go with the last minute. Take a few minutes extra to travel to your destination. Because unfortunately, there probably will be so many people who lose their lives now on the roads the next few days coming up to Christmas. But I do say to people, to think about it, what you're doing before you do it. Because again, it's insane amount. And there's just lucky that nobody else has been killed. There's been a few accidents taken note now in the last 24 hours, but apart from that, I don't think there's been any other accidents. There's a woman knocked down in Limerick in a hit and run. But I just say to people to be mindful of this. Yeah, it's someone in the 20s down in Limerick was knocked down by a car, and the car failed to stop. So I know this is not really too relevant to anything. The Labour anti-corruption minister seems to be a bit corrupt herself. So it writes itself, anti-corruption minister, embezzled in millions of pounds. You have to question. Like it's insane to see. Like I know it's not that relevant, but the anti-corruption minister is embezzling money pretty much. We get to this now in a second, I suppose. So obviously, as I said at the beginning of the stream, it's the shortest day of the year. And obviously, there's a thing in Newgrange. Loads of people go. I think the 18,000 people went to Newgrange today to see the width of solstice. So the sunlight comes in through this dark passage. It's the only time of year the sun reaches into the passage of Newgrange. And the Newgrange is hundreds of thousands of years old. It's older than the pyramids, just to say. And that's the truth. It is older than the pyramids. And it's a marvel that people were able to do it years ago with no tools, etc. etc. It's insane to think that they could do it. So the sun comes in here the shortest day of the year. It's quite insane. But yeah, huge significance thing, and I do recommend it. It's very, it's crazy to take how it's designed because it was especially designed. So the shortest day of the year, the light to go in. So it's incredible the design behind it, especially back hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, may I say. It's crazy to think, but yeah. We're just all chatting among ourselves. But I do recommend if anybody has never seen it, look up. It's on YouTube, etc., etc. Because it's pretty cool. I never seen it in person. Like there's people that can see it in person, but there's only about 18 people allowed to go into it to watch it. There's loads of people outside watching it. But from now on, it'll be getting brighter in the evenings. So that's the sign of it, really. So because the dark evenings, I'm sure everybody's pissed off with the dark evenings. Now, next week marks the 52 downfall. So you probably often remember me saying about it, the October bombing. So it's 52 years on next week from the October bombing. And it's said 2 young lives were lost that day in a most cowardly manner, in explosion. Basically in an only street in Cavan. There was no warning off the bomb, it just exploded. And it killed 2 innocent children, 2 innocent teenagers that had the whole life ahead of them. And to this day, nobody's ever been held accountable for the bombings. So I do just, hopefully we find something. We're a bit further on. Back even 10 years ago, we didn't know what kind of, what was the story in terms of the chaos and who was responsible. We kind of have an idea now, like in terms of the people. But there's no names or anything. So pretty much we're a bit further on, but the whole truth has not come out. And we do hope and I do pray that the truth comes out someday. For their family's sake, for everybody in Baltoba's sake, around here, even Bullets Bridge, that the truth prevails and the truth comes out. And that they find these 2 people finally, the whole truth will come out. Say what really happened in Baltoba that day. Well, we don't know the names of that, but obviously it was something to do with the unionists, etc., etc. The UDF. But we do take the British government. We don't take, I suppose, the state too takes that the British government had some kind of role in it. But we see. I suppose we don't know. Suppose that we never convicted anybody of it. There's no evidence really of it. But hopefully we find the truth. But we're a bit further on in terms of stuff. They know a bit more than they used to. That's what I'm trying to say. So Kevin Kittikids, we talked about this the other day. It's 16 million, 106 million. So this is for many things. So what they talk about 10% extra for businesses, etc. But long story short, obviously for councillors too, they're looking for more money. So straight away, they're looking for more money. So it's everything. So there's a huge amount of money, just to say. So I just want to talk about this because there's been a lot of power outages recently, like random power outages. So Brendan Smith's on before trees, but this is the thing, and the Green Party particularly has done this. They wouldn't allow people cut the tops of trees if they were near the wire or something. They wouldn't allow cut trees down beside electricity wires. So you would wonder why the power lines went off, because the trees fell on top of them because the Green Party wouldn't let people cut them. And not to mention too, like in King's Court there was an accident 2 days ago. A car hit electricity pole, bent it in half. So basically the electricity pole was bent in half and toppled over. and pretty much. So pretty much to top it over, and the whole town of Kingscote was left without power. So what I'm trying to say is there should be underground power lines. It shouldn't be like above ground power lines. It should be underground because it's a tower that wooden car crashing into a pole can knock off a whole town of electricity in a modern first world country. Not to mention, if a small tree falls on the wire, the whole place goes out of electricity. So, but this is the Green Party's fault in a lot of cases because the trees are too close to the wires, and the Green Party wouldn't let them cut down the trees, and they wouldn't let them cut the tops of the trees, and the Green Party done that. So that's the problem here too. But yeah, we get to this in a sec. Which numbers? What numbers? What numbers? So we're talking about paychecks or what? So yeah, I don't know. See, sometimes I'm not glued into exactly everything. No. So the Israeli embassy, we talked about it before. They finally taken down the flag post. The Israeli embassy, there's basically no flag outside. So pretty much that means they're gone. They've gone back to Israel. So pretty much it's just empty now, the building. There's no diplomatic staff that have left. So yeah, but not much loss. I'm not going to cry over the Israeli government leaving. You might have, yeah, might have. We'll go talk among ourselves for a second. We talk then about the other stuff. Viewers, all right. But see, it's around Christmas. People have things to do. I don't expect people to be all here. But yeah. Oh. So we'll be here for a while tonight, just to say, probably be 10:30 or so, 10 o'clock by the time we probably leave it tonight. Just because we'll make up for not being live, because we won't be live next Wednesday. I don't think, it'll probably be a video, but I don't think we'll be live. I think it takes that time off. But we will be live that Saturday. It should be fine that Saturday. And then next Wednesday too, New Year's Day, pretty much. We will be probably live at some point. Not too sure of the time now, but definitely be live Saturday, next Saturday. But not this Wednesday coming. Makes sense. But there will be a video too up. Oh yeah, but like Israel is committing a lot of crimes. I know you probably say Hamas is doing the same, of course, too. Like I'm on the side of no one really, but I want the slaughter to end. I suppose that's the main what Harlan's opinion is too, that the slaughter should end. People being bombed and killed should end pretty much. And that's my side of it too. That I want just an end to the killing. That's pretty. I'm not pro, like you not see me here saying I'm pro Palestine or pro Israel. I just want the slaughter to end. That's just what people to stop being murdered and bombed. That's what I want. That's just my straight up opinion. That's what I want. But Israel is committing a lot of war crimes in terms of bombing loads of children. Now, don't get me wrong, Hamas has done the same, and Hezbollah, etc., etc. They've done the same. The two of them are doing the same things, but Israel is doing it now. The majority of times we see the amount of, like, if you look at Gaza at the moment, it's just basically equator. There's nothing left of it. Loads of innocent children have died. That's what I'm trying to say. And not to mention, the Israeli government itself has put our troops at risk in the Golan Heights. Not to mention, too, they're flying over weapons of war over Irish sovereign territory. So they basically are in violation of our sovereignty, too. Oh, I know, but I agree. I agree with the neutral part. Like, as I said, we should never send weapons of war to any country. But this is the thing. There comes a point when it's supposed to be neutral, etc., etc. I'm not saying we should get involved and go out over and fight, etc., etc. But I'm saying when it comes to innocent people being killed, I still don't. I don't take Ireland as a country, and any country in the world should stand aside and say nothing pretty much. If that makes any sense. Uh, like I do agree, it's over in the Middle East. It's nothing really to do with Ireland. But at the same time, there's innocent people being killed, and I do think it's Ireland's voice as a neutral country, as the country that, take for example, has done United Nations peacekeeping, has the longest tradition of United Nations peacekeeping, and uh, trying to build countries that are war-torn countries, trying to bring stability back to them countries. I do think it's important, especially as a country that has, you take for example, the United Kingdom, France, has invaded hundreds of countries over the years, if that makes any sense. Ireland has the reputation that we never invaded any country. We're always stuck to our island. We never got involved in any other country. And I do think it stands to us as a country that we never interfered, we never invaded any other country, that we want to promote peace and we want to promote stability and understanding, if that makes any sense in the world. We want to promote people to live their lives, etc., etc. We don't want to see war and suffering. And like Irish people ourselves, we know about that through our history of suffering 800 years of occupation by the British. Throughout that centuries, hundreds of wars, fighting the plantation, etc., etc. I'm sure every Irish person would agree. We just want peace in the world, and I think that's the most important thing. I do think we have to, and I think as a more couple, as a Christian country too, as a country that believes in God, it's our moral duty too to try and promote some kind of peace and some kind of understanding. And I do think Ireland, more than any other country in the world, has more of a role in that because it's a neutral country that has never invaded any other country in the world. That's always tried. It's a United Nations peacekeeping, for example. 50 years, over 50, 60 years, I think, nearly at this stage, of United Nations, be the longest nearly of any other country in the world. I think it's important that we have that reputation as a peace country, that wants to promote peace and wants to promote understanding, etc., etc. And I do think that's the most important thing. And I do agree with you, neutral. We shouldn't be sending weapons of war going over to fight, if that makes any sense. But I do think, as a country, you see where I'm coming from. That's what I'm doing, because I do think it's important that we don't want to see people being killed, because life is a gift, and that's I've said it many times. And I do think it's the duty of the Irish state, not the people of obviously, of course, but the Irish state, to make sure that some kind of understanding, some kind of peace comes out of it. And I said the same about Ukraine and Russia. The Irish government should have tried, as a neutral country, as a country that has nothing to gain from any side, should have tried and bring the two of them together, sit them down and try and work something out. But it's the fact that we never done it. We should have done it from the start, the Irish government, because as a neutral country, there's nothing to gain from any side. We shouldn't. We should have done that. If that makes sense, I'm sure you get what I'm saying, Brian. But that's the way I stand, because we do have a long, as I say, peacekeeping, etc., etc. We do have a long history, and again, not getting invading. Like take for example, the Netherlands and Indonesia, the Dutch East Indies back in the Suriname, Portugal in Mozambique, etc., etc. Spain in Morocco, etc., etc. The majority of other European countries have colonized other countries, invaded other countries. Ireland has done none of that. We've always were under occupation by the British, etc., etc., for 800 years, as I say. And it's important to promote, try and promote understanding and peace in the world. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That's the most important, because we built that up as a country. As I say, 60 years of peacekeeping. Our servicemen, members of Oak Creek and the Heron, have led to the Congo, have led to the countries that are forced, third world countries that were in civil war, Sudan, take for example, and tried to promote some kind of peace, some kind of stability, tried to stop the fight, stop the killing, trying to promote some kind of reconciliation, I suppose, if that makes sense. And Ireland has a long history of that. And I do think it would be a shame just to throw it out the window and say we don't want anything to do with that, because at the end of the day, we do live on a planet. We believe in God. The majority of Irish people do believe in God and believe in our Christian faith. And of course, the one thing, as it says in the Ten Commandments, "Thou shalt not kill." And I do think as the country, we should always say to other countries, "Thou shalt not kill," because life is truly a gift, and suffering, it should be days of the past. We've learned, if you look back even less than 80 years ago, suffering on an unimaginable scale. And I do think Ireland should be always the spokesperson for that there should never be suffering in the world. We should always try and promote understanding. And I do think that's what Ireland is, not to get military involved, that makes sense, to send troops and stuff, but to peacekeep. That's what the Irish Army does. It's never invaded any country. It's always built to ours. Take for example, the Irish Army, when they were over in Sudan, etc., etc., taught children how to read and write. Different things to that. And Ireland has huge respect on the world stage for doing that in Africa, etc., etc. None of the countries Ireland has huge respect for that, because there's not many other countries in the world can say that we're there to try and promote understanding and promote peace. And I think that's the most important. As John F. Kennedy said too, we're not going as immigrants to the United States. We're going as sons and daughters to promote peace and understanding around the world. And that's what he said in the House of the Oireachtas when he came over here in 1963. That we go as peacemakers. And I do think that's the most important thing for Ireland, being in the role of peace. And I do think that's the way I see it. And the same if I was Taoiseach, I wouldn't get involved, like send the army to fight a war, if that makes any sense. But I do think it's our estimate as a neutral country, as I say, to try and say to countries, we have to work this out. We have to try and find a way out of the conflict. Or we have to try and find some way to stop innocent people being killed. And that's just the way I see it as well. So it's a long answer. I don't know if I said it loud to you, but that's the way I see it. But I agree with you. We are a neutral country, but there's a neutral country there's benefits to that we have no side in anything. We're just on our own. But we want to see the world in a good place, because at the end of the day, nobody wants to see a child or a mother holding their child dead on the street. Nobody wants to see that. It should be the days of the past. That should be long past us. But I do think as a neutral country, again, as I say, we have a huge voice, and especially if you look back at our past, the peacekeeping, etc., a huge voice for promoting peace and promoting understanding. Take, for example, even in Northern Ireland, the ending of conflict there, etc. But Ireland has a huge role to play in that, more than any other country in the European Union or any other country in Europe or any country in the world. So that's just a long story, but I get what you're saying. But as a neutral country, and again, as I say, if you look back in our history, the last 50, 60 years of peacekeeping, and especially around the world too, it was said in Finland to me too, because Finland only joined not 60 years ago, something like 40 years ago. It was mentioned to me about the Irish Army, because I was going to go to, there's a thing in another city just outside Helsinki for the United Nations, Finland and the United Nations security, like peacekeeping forces. And it was said to me too about Ireland, like one of the longest traditions of peacekeeping in the world. So, Ireland's well known for that, what I'm trying to say. And not going to occupy any country, but to promote peace and stability. And I think that's a role that the neutral country should. And when we see suffering, and particularly what's happening in Gaza, with innocent children being killed, etc., and people being killed for what? For the military-industrial complex of the United States of America in a lot of cases. They're the people it's only the rich get rich, and the people suffering, the only Joe is suffering, if that makes any sense. And that's the thing. And I do think it's the country, and I know given a long expedition, but I do feel very passionate about it. As somebody that's always admired the defence forces, for peacekeeping, it's important, and I do think, because we all live in the same planet, we all live in the same world, and we do what peace, and we do what understanding of countries, because we learned from 80 years ago, we don't want to go there. What happened 80 years ago, we don't want another World War III. And I do think as a neutral country, that's the most important role as a neutral country, to try and promote understanding, to try and promote peace, to make sure tomorrow is a better tomorrow, that no suffering will ever be had. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, sorry, I was too busy yapping though. See, I was just thinking what I was saying. See, that's what happens to me. I just think about what I'm saying all the time. So that's why I often have to interrupt myself. What I'm saying. Again, total concentration on what I'm saying. Now, going back to peace and stuff like that, it's barely even the New Year's, and the man, she's like, it's all ready for major cuts. Just to put this straight, has there not been major cuts by now? I hate to see what she's talking about, major cuts. Like major cuts. She used the word major cuts. Like it's already been major cuts. So at this stage, she's going to lift up the roads, and she's going to dig people up out of graves and stuff like. Because this is what she's up to. Because it's barely even the New Year's, and she's like, there's going to be more cuts. Like we all probably cut everything, but we're going to even cut more because it's time to cut. And speaking of cutting, and speaking of everything, speaking of it all, so yeah, if you want to put it out, his bio does he needs a bit of a cut, but I don't know what this fellow is smoking. He seems to be on the drugs. But yeah, this is the truth. In so they were all happy. I wonder who paid for poor Rudolph has cut down. Unfortunately, Rudolph was taken out the back and shot because it's time to cut. And obviously, Santa Slay has been cut up into firewood too. And all the Wendy have been slaughtered because it's time to cut. So pretty much poor Sati has to go around walking and the different toys. And obviously poor Sati too in Finland at the moment. He's not allowed to give out toys because it's time to cut. So unfortunately Sandy it might be taken out the back soon and shot too because it's time to cut. Because that's what's going on at the moment. But yeah, basically and obviously too she's looking for new sitters because there's not enough cutting. So pretty much that's it's a really nice thing. It's a great thing the way to start off the year, we're nearing off the year. But yeah, to say to people, don't enjoy next year because we're going to come after you with more sitters. So that's great. So Rika is doing a good job because she's already talking about cutting everything. So I don't know what this is the thing. I don't think anybody's ever really got this into her head. Like she's cut everything. Like they've cut literally everything. What's the difference going to make cutting more stuff? Nothing has changed. The debt has got more. The debt has gone up hundreds of times over. And nothing has nothing has been changed by doing all this. So what is the point in doing it all? Like it's just total insanity because nothing has changed. Nothing is going to change. Even if they cut every penny, there's nothing going to change. Pretty much. So I don't get it. There's no method to the madness. So it's cutting time. With the true Finns, Jerry Adams with the true Finns. Don't give Sinn Féin ideas. Oh yeah, well don't do that. Well, this is on another level. At least it made some difference in Argentina in terms of the cut team. Man, I know who you're talking about, but the true Finns is just total insanity. Because guess what? The debt has gone up. The debt went up more than it ever did before with all these cuts. Like the cut something like 32 or something like that billion euro from the public. Now they're talking about cutting 40 or 50 or 60 billion euro a year from the public expenditure. And what I'm trying to say is, all these cuts, just to say, it's done 0.5% difference in anything. So pretty much it's done nothing to help anything. Like the debt has gone up. All the cuts have basically caused an economic downturn because all the businesses are closing, all small businesses are closing. There's a huge amount of people put into this, 500,000 people on the dole in Finland because they lost their jobs. Not to mention there's no companies investing in Finland. They're all downgrading because pretty much all these cuts are not good for the economy. So pretty much, no, she's the deputy prime minister of Finland. She's the deputy prime minister of Finland, yeah. But technically, she's the one calling the shots. Like the man that's the Finnish prime minister at the moment. She's no addition. He's no addition. Yeah, like everything's been cut. Like South Sudan, like think about this one, Brian, for a second. South Sudan is doing better than Finland at the moment, economic-wise. Think about that one. Think about that one. Think about that. Just sit down and think about that for a second. And they made it all worse. Like that's what I'm saying. Like 20 billion extra in the national debt, and this is only a year of them. So like it's getting worse. What I'm trying to say, because it's total anarchy what they're doing. Yeah, she's the Minister for Finance. Yeah, she's the Minister of Sitters. Yeah, the Minister of Finance. She's the Deputy Prime Minister, and she's the Minister of Sitters. The Prime Minister's the fellow with the glasses, etc., etc. He's the Prime Minister. I don't even know his name. That's how relevant he is. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is more cutting. But what I'm trying to say, all these cuts are doing nothing. Now, that's what I'm trying to say. This is the main thing. Like even people from her own Department of Finance told her when she took office that cutting all this expenditure, the talk about cutting at that time they cut 20 billion euro in public expenditure, etc., etc. And they said it would only make 0.5% difference in the debt. Like the debt would keep going up, regardless if they cut all the money. And they don't seem to understand that because the debt has gone up. Like they cut 20 billion in public expenditure this year. And now they're talking about cutting hundreds more billions in public expenditure. And it's done nothing. That's what I'm trying to say. So why would you do something that hasn't worked before and isn't going to work now? That's what I'm saying. Like it just keeps going and going and going. Like, because it hasn't worked last year. So why is it going to work this year? Like that's what I'm trying to say. And like, especially because all the economists are telling them the opposite. We have to keep economic growth, etc., etc. And pretty much the economic growth was there last year, but this year they kind of shot that in the face and blew it up. Because no companies are investing. Like there was supposed to be a big American company investing into Finland. They were going to invest hundreds of millions of euro. and now they've pulled out that investment because the economy in Finland's on a downturn. So that's what I'm saying, because that's literally because the literally economic growth is in the bin, pretty much. That's what I'm saying. Because literally these cuts have literally caused the whole economy to fall into a mountain, pretty much. And then obviously through the amount of people unemployed, etc., so there's nobody working. The small businesses closing. Like there's something like 6,000 or 7,000 small businesses, hairdressers, shops closed in Finland this year alone. This is just this year, because they can't afford to stay open, because all the subsidies have been cut. Like all the subsidies have been cut, like for small businesses, they're just gone. Like totally gone. Like so that's what I'm saying. So basically huge wipeout. Yeah, it's the fellow with glasses. It's not. She's the deputy prime minister, but pretty much she's calling the shot. Like he hasn't said boo to her. Yeah, Sandra was better. Yeah, because at least nobody was like literally the moment. It's insane. What they're up to. Oh yeah. Well, I'm trying to give a good. I'm trying to because again talking about all this, it would drive it would drive you mad. So you have to try and smile and try and find some kind of positive out of it. Because if you're going to be negative, etc., etc., well, it's obviously sometimes I do get very tick and stuff, but I do try and laugh and stuff like that. Because it's important to try and keep a good mindset. Because when talking about this, it can really affect you, can really fuck you up in a way too. But you have to try and be some kind of positive. Try and look at some positivity of it. But I can't emphasize how much they fucked up the place. That's what I'm trying to say. Because there's going to be more cotton. So yes, it's time to cut. So Paul Woodruff has been shot. The West of India have been shot. Mrs. Claus has been shot because it's time to cut. So they've been cut out of the picture. And obviously Santa Sleigh has been broken up into firewood too. And obviously all the children are not getting their presents this year because Wika has took all the presents and blown them up pretty much. So yeah, so it's not going well. It's time to stop. It's pretty much time to stop these fucking sitters. Because it's not going well. But what I'm trying to say, it'd be different if the solution, like say, was cotton. But it's the fact that nothing has changed. So basically, they're cutting for the sake of cotton. Because this woman just likes cutting stuff. Like she calls herself the minister of sitters. Like that's literally what she calls herself. So when you know that, there's something very wrong when you hear that. Like she literally referred to the Ministry of Finance, her department, as the Minister of Sitters, like the Ministry of Sitters. So straight away you're just like, she's never going to let, even if the whole economy was doing well in Finland, like she would just cut for the sake of cutting. So I don't get it. No, they don't. Because there's no sense to the logic. There's no logic to the madness, basically what I'm trying to say. And that's what I'm saying. It's made no difference. Like all these cuts, hundreds of billions a year, made no difference to anything. The debt has gone up. Like it never went up as high when Sanna Marin was there for 4 years. And in 1 year, like think about this, Sanna Marin was there for 4 years. And in 1 year, the True Finns have managed to increase the debt more than Sanna Marin's time ever. Like imagine that. She was in for 4 years. They've done that in a year. They've increased the debt by 30 billion in 1 year. So what are they going to do next year? Because they seem to be on a roll. Because, yeah, as I say, take for that. So yeah, so there was a what do you call it? What would you call it? Well, I can't think of the words. Like a movie premiere of a film in Finland. And basically, this movie premiere, nobody cares about the movie. So pretty much, Sanna Marin turned up on this top, and this is the main headline in Finland. like at the moment. Like nobody cares about the movie. Like that's what I'm saying. Like nobody's talking about the movie. Everybody's talking about this thing that Santa Mountain's wearing. Like nobody, like imagine nobody's caring about the movie. Like there was a movie. Is it good? Is it good? Should people go and watch it? You know, you know. They're all kind of as you see here, they're all just literally talking bloody whole outfit. So that's a yeah. So as it says, the filmmakers of Distinguished Guests, by far the most eye-catching was the former Prime Minister. So you know, like literally the whole movie, nobody gives a shit about the movie. Yeah. So you just see everybody's more worried about her outfit. Like I never seen that. Like nobody talked about the movie. Like all the Finnish media talk about her outfit. Like I don't know what to say about this. Because that's what they're talking. Like imagine that the whole Finnish media at the moment are talking about the outfit. Not about the movie. They're just talking about the outfit. Like the poor producers of this movie. Sanna Marin turns up and takes all the limelight. Like she actually did. She just turned up and took all the limelight because nobody's talking about the movie. Like nobody said it's a good movie or anybody. So that's what I'm saying. So the poor movies producers are very upset that Sanna Marin turned up because that's what happened. Yeah, she's coming to Ireland. Yeah, soon. Yeah. Yeah, see you. Yeah, I'm still guaranteed to see you. Yeah, it's pretty much got my seat number and all that. Like it's pretty much guaranteed. Yeah, if I lose the plot beforehand, because if I see some of the government TDs, because there's going to be some of them there, yeah, and some of the ex Simon Howard, Simon Covey, etc. Simon Howard could be there too. So I have to just not say anything, to them. That's what I'm saying. So it's about getting to the seat from the door up to the seat and getting sent down and shut my mouth because I can't just sit there. How close is the seat? It's close enough. It's not overly too close to the stage, and that's good because I don't want to be right on top of the stage too. So it's a nice enough seat. I think it's a nice enough seat, I know, because I don't want to be literally on top of the stage. If that makes any sense. Drives a Porsche. What do you think I am, from the United Arab Emirates or something? But I'm not guaranteed to speak. Like as I say to you, and I said it there earlier on, it's millions to one if I get the talk to it. It's actually millions to one. Like it's 1 in 100 chats, one being a chat, 100 being so pretty much less than the 0.5% chats. What I'm trying to say. So it's unless you happen just to walk one into it, pretty much. That's the only thing. Just if I happen to one into it, because again, you have to remember 7,000 people are going to this event, and everybody will want to be talking to Santa, pretty much. Like everybody wants to talk to Santa. Like nobody wants to talk to anybody else. Like who wants to go and speak to Simon Coveney? Like tell me that. Like who is willing to go and speak? Or Boris Johnson? Who wants to go and talk to them? Which is not why to go and talk to the most coolest prime minister ever, the most youngest prime minister in the world, etc., etc. Would you not rather do that than meet Boris Johnson and hear he's fucking talking about his book? Because that's not going to be listening to. If I come across Boris Johnson, he'd be like, "Here, young lad, do you want to buy my book?" That's what he's literally fucking. He never shuts his fucking mouth about his fucking book. Excuse my language, but that's literally what I'm going to have to listen to too on stage about his book. So I'm not going to be too. No, she has nothing underneath it. No, just necklace and stuff. I don't listen if it's us. The truth, yeah, we've got a tumble could be advising the true Finns in the moment because it just doesn't make any sense. Nothing they do is making any sense. Like they seem to be just lunatics. Like the only thing that's made sense is when they brought in the legislation to stop immigration within pretty much to Finland. But everything else is just ludicrous. They're coming up with. Like they don't know how to run anything. Like in fairness, they've done that, but everything else is just haywire. Because it still doesn't matter because the only Finns are struggling to pay their rent as it is. Knowing that because there are literally more people been affected, etc. Because people can't afford. Because as I say, 500,000 people have lost their jobs from on the dole, and not to mention too, they cut the dole money too. So you might have had a good job, €1,000 a week. Well, think about this: you're only getting less than 100 and something euro a week now because it's time to cut. Even though beforehand there used to be a huge amount of money in social welfare in Finland for Finnish citizens. Now it's not. So you can see why that's happening. The only Finns, yes. The Right Honourable Gentleman, no, the Right Honourable bollocks. There's other ones going too. I can't think of. The other politicians probably there too. Like obviously they get in free, because it's allowances, expenses, of course. But yeah, there'll be other people there. There'll be celebrities. There'll be music people. There'll be people from business and stuff like that. Klaus Schwab could be there, but hopefully not Klaus Schwab, because I generally would say something to him and get arrested. But yes, there'll be a lot of people from business and stuff like that there. People that I won't know, there's musicians going, there's comedians, there's stuff like that going. Hello, later. How are you doing? Happy Christmas. So it's still too early yet, but not too close. Just you speak to all the music producers. But I should have, if I wanted to go and meet her that time, I should have probably went to the Oslo Business Conference. I probably should have went to it, because that would have been probably the best time, of the Democracy Summit in Copenhagen. Because it was a small enough venue in the Democracy Summit, etc., etc. And the Oslo Business Conference, it wasn't a big venue. Like, this is a big venue with 7,000 people, So that's what I'm saying. And it's more a business thing, more than the Oslo Business Conference too. It's kind of mix between only Joe stuff and business. But this is just a total business conference. Like, that's what it is. It's just a total business conference for politicians and stuff like that. That's pretty much what it is. It's not for only members of the public. Pretty much, because again, the ticket prices too. Just explain how much for only members of the public. No, I'm not going to do that, Tony. Picnic, no. Dun, dun, dun. On stuff tonight. On stuff tonight. It's my Santa back years ago. Well, that's good. I wouldn't say the same, but I suppose it's an interesting experience. Like, I'm not going to get half that interesting experience, unfortunately. Because see, with musicians and stuff like that, you're more likely to meet musicians than you are former prime ministers, etc. Like, that's just the truth. You're not going to meet you're more likely to meet musicians and stuff, because they're more likely to mingle, around, go down to the crowd, etc., etc. So, because you're not likely to meet many politicians like out and about, pretty much. Like, even if I went around, say, all of Ireland now in the morning, I got on my bike, like him and Ryan, and we're all around Dublin, Cork, around every part of the country. And say, for example, my goal was to find Enda Kenny, take for example, or a former Taoiseach Keogh, take for example. I would, even if I went around for 6 months, I probably wouldn't find them. Like, just walk on the streets or something like that. If that makes any sense. And you get what I'm saying? Like, if you tried that in the morning, you still wouldn't find it. You wouldn't find my former Taoiseach, pretty much. So say Brian Cowan, I know nobody would want to find them. And nobody would want to see Bertie. But you wouldn't find them. Like, go around Dublin City Centre and try and find them. Or any part of the country. Or Enda Kenny down in Mayo. Try and find him. You wouldn't find him. Out and about, like, just going to the shops. Or going to the local takeaway. Or going just down the street for a walk. You wouldn't find them. Simple as that. Like the single and stuff, I seen Richie Kavanagh. Like, the first I met Richie Kavanagh up in the Phoenix Park that time. I was in the Phoenix Park. I was going to House and Nuke the one. I happened to come across Richie Kavanagh that time. There's coincidences like that. You just come across them. Didn't get a photo. Should have got a photo, but I didn't. Crazy quiet day today. Thanks to God, yeah. It's been crazy the last few days, yeah, because Christmas and stuff, yeah. it's not that she would have bodyguards. Like she goes to stuff without. Like even when she was 5 minutes, there wasn't that many security around her. But you just have to really be lucky, I suppose. I've seen both, yeah, but you never found them like individually. Like, say, for example, you were in Castlebar now in the morning. Say, for example, just for argument's sake, say you went to Castlebar on a bus on in the morning, right, and you turned up in Castlebar, and you went around Castlebar, around the shops and stuff like that. You would the child maybe you find them easily enough, maybe, but you wouldn't find them maybe if you were looking for them. If that makes any sense. School law. Why do you mean that? Like, yeah, of course, being naive and stuff like that. But, and no, I still don't think though, because this is a business conference. As far as I know, she's not going to anything else. She might go. She does like going to art museums, but I don't know where she go in Dublin. I know on Garda Sín O'Connor, not just to stand them out, and I think she'd have talked to all the people that's going to be there. I know on Garda Sín O'Connor have, I think. Like advised Boris Johnson and stuff like that to different things. Because Dublin's not as safe as other cities. Let's put it that way. So I'm assuming Garda Sín O'Connor has it, because I've been told that there's been references put into Garda Sín O'Connor, etc., in terms of the safety of stuff, etc., etc. That's what I've been told. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've been told behind the scenes. So I don't know, but she'd like so any country she goes to, you obviously are going to an art museum. So I'm not going around all Dublin looking for an art museum, but not even that. She's not going to speak at anything else, if that makes sense. It'd be different if she was going, say, for example, to the Veterans Centre, and then going to Trinity College or something to do a speech or something. I don't think she is. As far as I can get, because I've looked into it very extensively, and there's been a lot of inquiries to different things. So I don't think there is. She's doing anything else apart from that. So that's what I think, But it's not just even the photo; it's even just coming across. So that's insane. It's going to be difficult because you have to remember there's 7,000 people going to this thing, so she's basically going to be swarmed. If she was out in the corridor, she'd be swarmed. Like literally, she goes to the feds in Finland and gets swarmed, but like literally swarmed by people trying to get photos of her, etc., etc. So they probably want to prevent a stampede. If that makes any sense. Yeah, it's windy enough here. It's not that bad. There's given snow here later on. I don't know how likely that is, but that's what's been said. Bum, bum, bum. Who is Wayne Nolan? Does anybody know him? He's some kind of business fellow. Who is that? Does anybody know him? Wayne Nolan. He's a young lad. What do you mean? Well, it's not that. It was very difficult to meet any of the politicians there. Well, apart from the Irish, the only fucking Irish bollocks of a politician, you get to them. What did I say? Nolan, something like I forget his name now. Paul Nolan. It's Nolan. What? Not Paul Nolan. No, sorry. Let me find out again because I was just looking at it. And it was just somebody that's speaking. It said about some other speaker that's going to be there. I just seen that there on an email. Oi, man, good. Sorry. Wayne Nolan, sorry. Paul Nolan. Wayne Nolan, sorry. There's a Nolan transport. No, I don't think it is some kind of business fair. I don't think to be man. Like, what would a man for the transport on a bus? Why would he be going to something with people from Pfizer, from people from big NGOs, etc.? Because that's what's going to be there. Big NGOs, big business, people from Pfizer, Moderna, all them crowd. That's what's going to be there. Big international corporations, Google, Microsoft, all that. That's what's going to be there. Not the only Joe, but his business. If that makes any sense. Like that's the people that's going to this. Just to say, big CEOs and stuff. So that's I'm not looking forward to the big CEOs and big suits and bosses. Oh, but still, nonetheless, that's too low. That's not that's too peasant. Put it nicely. We want big CEOs of industries, etc., etc. That makes any sense. They'd be too low class. We couldn't be seen with them. If that makes any sense. That's what I think, because the majority are big, huge noises. Like what I'm trying to say is, particularly somebody like me, like I'm the most anti-establishment young person you would ever find. Carol Nolan, I wish Carol Nolan would have. It'd be at least some fun talking to Carol Nolan. Hopefully, maybe she would be there. But at least some fun. At least you could say, different things. You can talk about different things. Like if I said, like, Ireland should have its own sovereignty, I'd be killed. Let's put that way, because they're all kind of don't agree with a backwards looking idea of sovereignty. Like if I asked the people there, the majority of people would say, if I asked them, do you agree with Ireland should have sovereignty? Like the majority of people going to this conference, they would say no, just to say. So that's what I'm saying. So I'd be outnumbered 10-1 if I said Ireland should have its own sovereignty and independence. Like they would lose their mind. What I'm trying to say. If I said something like that to them. Oh my god! Why is this not working? Can't know. Well, at least there'd be some fun. At least you could agree with it on something. The West of them there are not going to agree with anything on them. What about Sana? But the West of them, I'm not going to talk to anybody else pretty much on Sana. And like there was I will tell you this, I'd explain more when the thing's over and done with. I have a lot more to explain. There's a lot more I could say here. But when the thing's over and done with, I explain about a lot more, as I say. But there was there's 3 tiers of a ticket, pretty much what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that it makes more sense when I show you later on. But what I'm trying to say is for the third tier, I have the second tier of the ticket. For the third tier, you could go for a private dinner with all the hot knobs, what I'm trying to say. Well, not the hot knobs, but the higher ups, the people, the people with loads of money. And the reason why, and I'll explain more in detail, but the only reason why, because Micheál Martin is going to speak at it. Micheál Martin, yes. So you can instantly see, thanks be to God, I'm not going to it, because you listen to a backwards looking idea of sovereignty, because that's what he's going to yap about. Look backwards looking at it. Like I couldn't sit in the room and listen to that jollop, pretty much what I'm trying to say. You do fancy dress, yes. It's going to be fancy dress. Son of him again. So, oh dear. So that's the only reason why I'm not really looking forward to, because there's too many fucking hot knobs. And as I said to you earlier on, I'm the most at the establishment person you're going to meet. To be totally honest. Because like the most at the establishment, like everything the majority of them people there stand for. I'm not going to have too much time for them. That's just the straight up. Like I wouldn't be going to this if Santa wasn't going to. Pretty much what I'm trying to say. Like the West of them are all going because they're big business people, and the same with the politicians. It's just their little get together, pretty much. Not to mention, really pretty much it's for the people to the shill for work. They get a big job in a big tech company, take example. And now I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't sell my soul for it to go and look for a big job in the tech company. Like that's what people be doing. They'll be there looking for big jobs in Google, Microsoft, all that, because that's what's going to be there. Big tech companies, big pharmaceutical, big pharma, all that. It's going to be there. No, I'm not going to go near any of them. Anyway, straight away, they know that I'm very at the establishment. They know rightly. They know by looking at me. I say it's probably already out that that there's somebody that's very at the establishment coming. That's somebody that's not going to listen to much crack about a backwards looking idea or sovereignty. If that makes any sense. Like that's what's really about to making connections. I'm not going to talk to Damo apart from Sana if I get around it, but not talking to anybody else. If there was an ordinary Joe from the country that had a small business, I talk to him. But I'm not talking to the big fucking CEOs. I wouldn't go near them. Bring a sick bag. Yeah, that's why I didn't go to the big dinner. Why would I go and listen to that crack? Who's asking what? That's what's happening. But at least the good thing, I have all my clothes and have the hotel booked and everything's paid for. So at least that's a good thing. Now we'll get to the price of it all because it is quite funny how much it costs. You can nearly afford to go away on holidays for a month. We're not in a nice. If you went to Spain, took us up, we could go for a month with the price I'm spending. But yeah, there's a lot more I could say about it. But I say a lot more after the thing's done. To the dark side. I don't intend to, Tony. I don't intend to. That's what I'm trying to say. Like if I get listened to, like I'm guaranteed to get listened to, unless I say something stupid on the way in. What I'm trying to say about saying something stupid, if I see one of the politicians, Simon Coveney, or God forbid Mayhaw Mountain or something like that, I'm not going to really walk past him and say nothing to him. I'm going to, especially the Mayhaw Mountain, I'm going to give out fuck to him about his backwards looking idea of sovereignty. Like I will give out fuck to him. I might not record it, but I will give out fuck to him about it. Because my grandmother would be spinning her grave because she was in Cunmamon to take us out back in the day. Would have been feeling for photos. She would spin in her grave listening to that talk. So I just simply couldn't sit there and say nothing. But obviously, if he was on stage, I wouldn't say anything. I'd just walk out of the room. But if I happened to come across me, long story short. But yeah, I definitely guaranteed to see her, as Brian asked earlier on. Have good enough seats, as I said. It's just if I get to the seat, hopefully I get to the seat because there's a lot of seats and it'd be hard to find your seat. Like I know the number and all that, but it's a big convention center. Like it is difficult to find your way around. So get plenty money. No, I wouldn't sell myself for plenty money. Like I could have sold my soul long ago for plenty money if I wanted to. But see, especially with it being handy to speaking out against different things. There's a huge mark on my thing. If I wanted the job saying any outside anything, any in the market, if I wanted another job, for example, there's a huge mark on my anything, because I spoke out about different things, and I'm not somebody that's going to sit down and say nothing. That's a huge mark. Like a lot of people sit down and say nothing. Not many people would be willing to go on YouTube with their face, if that makes any sense, and say stuff and stuff. You see, that's why you haven't many people on Twitter and stuff that have fake accounts, etc., because they don't want to have the name associated with something, that makes sense. But that's the thing, it's too much of a risk anybody to employ me. That's what I'm saying. And they look into who I am, and then straight away they'll be like, but this fellow's not. Especially because I wouldn't sit there. If I don't agree with something, I'm not going to sit there and say nothing to them. It's coming on, yeah. No, but this is even before the thing, like if I just happen to come out. So, but I try and keep quiet. I will try and keep quiet. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm only going to listen probably to the two first thing because Santa Mountain is the second one to come up and speak. There's somebody else before it. Actually, give me a second. I'll find out who it is beforehand. There's somebody else, so I have to listen to the first act. After that, I'm going to get up and sit in the hallway after Santa's finished speaking. That's what I'm going to do for a while. So I'm not even going to listen to half of them, if that makes any sense. I don't intend to, anyway. What is it, sorry? Let me just double check this. Sorry, give me a second. I wouldn't mind. I had it a few minutes ago. Now I can't find it. It is something. It's something. Nick's Santerio, something like that. I don't know who he is. It's Nick Santerio. Sounds like some football player or something. I don't know. Oh, going live now. Jeez, that's the worst time. Well, yeah, if anybody wants to go and join, of course, do go. See, there's always the worst time to start live. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't sell my soul now. I've put, I pretty much on YouTube. Like, there's a huge red mark against me. It's the same with any progression in anything in the civil service here in Ireland. I'm never going to go anywhere, pretty much what I'm trying to say, because I've spoke out too much about different things, and there's a huge red mark against me. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it might not be seen to the public, but it is a huge mark on the web because I've heard things been said about me behind the scenes in the civil service. So that the high ups are not that happy with me, and they want to get rid of me as quick as possible. Because again, they don't want people to be minding the drones to say nothing, pretty much. That's the thing. Simple as that. That's the straight up truth, and that's why you see many people not show their face, etc. Because again, it affects their work, it affects different things. It's the same if I went to college now, going on to be a big. It said to me many times, it could have went on to be a big thing. The Department of Environment, the Department of Local Government, I could have got a big government job, huge government job, if I went to college and stuff. But I wouldn't get it. Simple as that. They wouldn't want me speaking up about different things, because I'd be walking against the government really pretty much if I got a government job like that. I'd be walking against them pretty much. Like I'd be going against like the ideology and stuff like that. Oh, I know, but I know that's all gone down the drain now. That's gone. Like that's gone. There's never going back. Like when you do this kind of thing, there's never going back. Like it's gone for good. Like pretty much in all the civil service, I'm still here at the moment. At the moment, it could get rid of me someday. But there's a huge mark, and like I've heard it myself been said to me. It was said to me before. There's a huge mark against me, and that's what was said straight up to me. So there's no way of coming back. So it may be in private job if you were going for a private sector job, but in the government jobs and public service, you're not going to go anywhere. Simple as that. Like that's guaranteed, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Because I'm well known for speaking out like this, and I wrote and I do question my superiors, etc., etc. And when it comes to stupid decisions and stuff like that, I just don't sit there like a drone and say nothing. And that's what they don't want. They don't want people questioning stuff and asking questions and stuff. So, so that's a huge mark. So I would never get anyone in the public service anyway, or in the civil service. They can just be on the same level all your life, pretty much. Like there's a huge mark. That's what people don't show their face and try to just, it does affect you. And being somebody that's so provident, etc., like myself, But it is only the truth. That's why nobody shows their face when they speak, And even though I'm not saying anything too, like I don't think I'm that bad. New Bond movie, I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Not with the movie bit, but, But no, the thing I say about money, like I'm happy enough. I have enough money to do me, and I think that's just the main thing. I never have ambitions of owning a house or really anything, and that's just the thing about it. The government really can't do anything. The civil service and stuff. The Western want to have a house. Younger people they want to have a house, and it doesn't matter to me pretty much. That's what I'm trying to say to you. My speech is more important. My freedom, of my speech is more important. I chose that. That's what I chose instead of my career. If that makes any sense, by it. Like that's already been set in stone. Like that's really it. I said that a few years ago. That's it. There's no going back. When you do this kind of thing, there's no going back. Simple as that. And I do think I made the right decision because at the end of the day, your freedom and your expressions and your freedom of speech is more important than any money. If you get enough to do you, that's good enough. And a lot of people my age are more worried with money. Money talks to them. To me, it doesn't. Simple as that. Because as they said to me before, I could have got a big job with the Department of Environment if I would have went to college. There'd be words put in if I kept my mouth shut and stuff like that. but I wouldn't. And that was said to me. It's my opinions. That's the problem. And it was said to me that straight up, it's my opinions and stuff, and my views and stuff. So and that's what it is. And it's the same. If I did go to college in the morning, take example, and I would try to get a job, say, the Department of Environment, or in local government, department of local government, I'd be rejected because of my opinions. As simple as that. Not because of my skill in government or doing anything. It's because of my opinions. They look up my name and they straight away find out who I am. And they'll be like, no way, we'll let you work in the government sector, Do you want to buy a Porsche? Don't care. I never cared. I don't care about driving. Never cared about owning a car. That's just the thing. Majority of the young lads do. They're afraid. Like, I know so many young lads. They're too afraid to say anything. Like, they're afraid. They're too afraid to say anything about anything. They're too afraid to question the government. They're too afraid to do anything. They're too afraid. Like, they have anonymous accounts on Twitter and stuff. They're able to say it behind the screen, if that makes any sense. Without their name being put on it, but they won't say anything ever in public or anything. So that's just the thing. So I don't care about it. Like all the other people do care about it. I don't really. But as I say, I don't think you realise. Like, if you ask any other person that speaks about politics, the majority of cases they do GoFundMes or stuff. Like privately, people would have to fund them privately, stuff like that. Like a lot of them don't do it with another job, if that makes any sense, because they won't get another job. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying now. I don't know if you get it, Brian, exactly. But, if you asked around a few people to do YouTube and stuff like that, particularly political activism, etc., they would all tell you the same pretty much. And they would have GoFundMe, because I don't look for money off people. I go out and work for it, if that makes any sense. And that's the cost of it. Because really, like, they will try and get rid of me someday, it's guaranteed. But yeah. But yeah. What time? Probably, hopefully before I'm gone. Well, not before I'm gone, but after I'm gone. But no, it does have huge ramifications, take for example, for even if you had an only 9 to 5 job, But the main thing is too, and I say, I won't agree with the government's narratives and stuff. If I don't agree with something, I'm going to say it to them. I'm not going to hide. Like, there's so many people I know that are afraid to say anything to the boss because they don't agree with whatever's happening. I simply couldn't do it. I simply couldn't do it. I'm going to say my bit, regardless of what anybody says. That's the thing. That's why I'm going to get nowhere in life, because I can't be tempted by money. Simple as that. Like, I have enough to do me, and that's the main thing. And that's what they don't like. They absolutely hate somebody like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yourself in office and stuff, but in the government jobs, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you question anything in an office, you'll be gone. Because it was that, your boss and stuff on it. That's what I'm saying. But thankfully, I'm kept around for the moment. But there will come a day where we got rid of. Whatever I say will piss somebody off something more. I do know, but that's what this, But I don't agree with everything. That's what I'm saying. See, the what government employees to be mindless drones. They just say whatever the boss tells them to do. Yeah. But I'm not like that. That's why I'm nowhere. That's why I never got a big government job. Because I have too much of an opinion on stuff. Hello, Brick. How are you doing? Anarchy UK, anarchy everywhere. Like, every country seems to be like having its own anarchy at the moment. Pretty much nearly every country. It's raining, it's pouring. Oh man, it's snowing. Mr. Starmer, you don't upset Mr. Starmer. Mr. Starmer won't be happy with you. Mr. Starmer. We're just kind of just chilling out. There's not really much else. There's other things I could talk about, but we're just kind of chilling out. I think that's the menu. Yeah, the promoted. I know what you're saying, but I couldn't do it. I'd rather just leave. To put that. That's what I would do. But see, with the job I'm doing, you just clean the streets. You're at the lowest part of society, really, in a way. Like, you're not going to get any further than that. You can't really hit any lower. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't go any forward or lower than that, pretty much. So that's just the thing. You can really do nothing to. It's compared to other people. The saxophone's annoying. I'm sorry, yeah, because there's no copyright music, but I don't think you can. Unfortunately, maybe you try, but we let this play out and then we try and see if we can find something. But I don't know. It's a non-copyright thing. No bad later. I'll talk to you later. We might. No, I don't think we've live before. But anyway, have a good Christmas. And if I don't come across you before Christmas, we chat after Christmas. Anyway. Yeah, have a look. Let me see. Let's try this. How does that sound? Dun, 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 dun. I know. But the only thing I say, just in the last thing again, talking about wokeness and stuff like that, your freedom of speech, you might think it's free, but it has consequences in terms of your employability, etc., etc. It does have consequences. Santa's coming to town. Unfortunately, there's no that such thing as that. There's Santa songs, but yeah, and the copyright to the foot. Last time I played it, my video got taken down. Now video got taken down. Very sad. Yeah, it needs to be done. It's a job that needs to be done, exactly. But you get what I'm saying, they can really probably do nothing to you. Compared if you were in a private job, in an office, you could be got rid of. What I'm trying to say, they can do pretty much nothing to get you what you say, pretty much. Well, did you not hear Santa Claus? He got cut. The Minister of Cities cut him. There's no money for Santa Claus, unfortunately. Santa Claus has lost all his money. Basically his sled got cut up into firewood, and his wood off and all that was shot. Because Winker said so, because it needs to be cut. So unfortunately, Winker has shot wood off and all the way in the up. And Mrs. Claus, unfortunately, has been cut too. Because and there's no money for any of the persons too, because Winker has set them all on fire, because this needs to be cut. So. Hello, Tens. How are you doing? Hope we're well this Saturday evening. Has Bitcoin? Oh no. Well, unfortunately, that's been cut too. The Minister of Cities has said there's no fun at Christmas. So. All the children in Finland are getting free sitters this year. So there you go. That's the presents for Christmas in Finland. Everybody's getting a pair of free sitters. So. Nothing is free. Yeah, well, free sitters. Yeah, the sitters to cut everything. Let me see. Is anything fun on this? What do you want for Christmas? The same I got last year. Nothing. Magic box. Where is my phone? Is there? Mine good. Mm-hmm. Give me a moment. I want to post over. Jeez, well, you can want to wait. Because Santa Claus is none of that, unfortunately. As I said, the Minister of Sitters got it. Unfortunately, it's been cut too. It's been cut in half. The Minister of Sitters has said that you're not allowed to have it. So unfortunately, there's no cows. Sorry for that. Apologies for that. I was just moving a few things over there. Hello, 430. How are we doing? How are we doing this evening? Milk trays. No, I don't know. That 1980s. Well, which tray? You mean that tray behind me, or I think the picture up on the community post? Better. Gee, ditch. Connors a taught to. Tom Megamai. Tom Megamai, isn't it? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's been years since I learned Irish. Like literally, junior weapons. Good God. So I don't well. I think maybe. I think we can all guess what you're going to say, but anyway. Breaking news. The Finnish police have got a reindeer. There actually is a police reindeer. Like, they actually have such a thing, the police, in Finland. And I haven't seen, I didn't see one when I was over there, but up in Lapland and stuff, the police reindeer. Like, they do have police reindeer. Really pretty much show and tell, pretty much, I think. Because they are police, like they are police reindeer, like horses, is pretty much what I'm trying to say. So there you go. There's a police reindeer. I don't know now, did they ride the police reindeers? I presume they probably do. Because they'd be, they probably have a sleigh, and that's what happens. The sleigh brings them on. That makes sense. Oh, I don't know about 20 now. I wouldn't know. Milk trays, like for cats, you mean? I don't know. We see how we get on. We see how we get on. We'll be definitely into half 10. I don't know about after that. I think we might, at most, we'll be only staying on to 11. We won't be staying on really much any later than that. I don't think. We see how we get on. But I think it'll be only 10:30 now. So. No comment on that. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I missed stuff. Do we talk? We talking ham, yeah, with a bit of the boat. Yeah, pretty much. We have talking ham. We have different other stuff too. But pretty much it's gonna be quiet because that's what will be live next Wednesday. It'll just be chilling out, pretty much chilling out and relaxing. Pretty much very quiet. Not much going to be going on. Just talking ham, bit of Christmas dinner, a bit of the salt. Pretty much that's it. Not really anything too exciting. That's about it. I think that's the majority of people. Just a quiet Christmas. Because that's usually what we have every year. Of course we do, yes. You know, you have the flu. Oh, that's the worst thing ever. Having the flu at Christmas. Oh, but as long as you stay in the next few days, you might do this a bit because again, this time of year for flus. But I presume if you stay in and you don't go out for the next few days, I presume you're probably on your Christmas because a lot of people on the Christmas holiday, like we got our Christmas holiday there yesterday. Yeah, it's just a quiet Christmas. It's the most nice, it's the best way to have it. I wouldn't want too hectic for Christmas, because it's been a hectic year. Particularly now the last few months has been hectic. And like behind the scenes, I suppose. No, we did, but my poor grandmother used to make it. Say Tristan, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it can weaken the immune system. And not to mention there's bugs and stuff come around at Christmas and stuff. And now just around the winter time. But hopefully be gone now, Brian. I say it will be gone. Knowing my luck, I probably get the flu going to this big conference, and that's what's going to happen. Well, God, it's a long story. If you haven't heard about it, the long story. I talk about some of that. I'm not going to go through it all now again because I've talked about it literally for an hour. Sorry, but it's just not going on about it again. Oh no, it's no harm, and it's good to see people ever using emojis and stuff. Like we did learn in school, it's good to see people using emojis like face emojis and stuff. Haven't caught anything in literally a year and years. Yeah, but there's a few flu bugs and stuff go around. They don't last that long, flu bugs and stuff. Sorry. Caught the dart last night. Oh, the train like in Dublin. Yeah. And how does does the dart be clean? Like I remember I run the dart once. Like does it be clean or does it be a mess? Like how on a scale of 1 to 10, I suppose that's the best way. Like the New York subways are fucking. I've never been into New York now, but you know, you actually just saying about America. No, I've never been to America. No, but just saying it's like mess. You know, the New York subways and stuff. I never was in the underground in Helsinki. I should probably go down and look on it. There's lots of spotless. Yeah, yeah, they're big. I've seen pictures of them. Yeah, but that's good. I know I never been up. Never really had much cars to go up to Dublin. Now, obviously, be there soon enough. But never really, never had much cause to really go up. Like, it was on the tram once in my life. It was on the tram twice in my life. Like, not the tram, but the Lewis, that's what you call it. Yeah. So, I wish. Hello, hello. I know there's a good few people after just joining us. Hello. Yeah, well, Japan's a far different society now than our societies over here. It's a far different society, culture, etc., etc. And not to mention the trains, like there's the bullet train in Japan. We could never do such a thing here. We can't even dig a tunnel underneath the ground to build a metro, So, and anything like even building the metro costs us 50 billion euro. Hello, John. How are we doing? Good evening. How are we? Yeah, like it's impressive. I've seen Japanese waves. It is impressive stuff. Like if we were doing that over, like Metro Lake. I remember even when I was growing up, when I was young, I remember even hearing on the news, they said to have it done by 2030. You know, it's 2025, another 5 years to be having that Metro Lake on the way. You know, and they still haven't started it. Like they haven't even dug up anything. They're only planning it at this stage. But I hope we're well, John. A good evening. I hope we're well. You're very welcome. So, like, I literally would be 90 by the time they get Metro Lake going. And not to mention, it's going to cost 60 trillion euro to build. No, well, I disagree on that one. Oh, geez, oh, geez. That just lagged the whole screen there for a second. Try to say there, yeah. No, imagine that. No, but it's crazy to see how fast it goes and stuff. Like, no, it never happened here. Never will. Something like that. Never will. Like, the railway system in Ireland's already lacking. Like, there's not even a train in Cavan or Monaghan. Like, in Cavan and Monaghan, there's no such thing as a train or a train track. That's just, but think about that for a second. In two counties in Ireland, there's not one train. I was Scotland. Yeah, we're in Japan, so you were there firsthand. No stone axes. Yeah, they do seem to be doing that now, that John. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Um, I don't know what I get on the bullet train now. It might be just a bit too fast for my liking, but no, it's okay. Don't apologize. No, it's all right, Gordon. As long as you don't do it too frequently, that's okay. Yeah, we're never not going to be the future here because let's be fair, we can't build a hen house. Let's build a train that goes hundreds of miles an hour. Like we can't even build a children's hospital, and we can't even build a bicycle shed, and we can't even build a security hut without it being cost 60 trillion euro. You know, I don't know where I ever get the chance to go to Japan. It's too far away. We see. I never know. Well, never say never, I suppose. It's not like I never say never to go to Japan. But it's a long distance away. We see. I never say never. We'll see what happens. Yeah, of course we do. Maybe it's not as common as in other places, but it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they do. I seen that. We talked about that when it was launched. Yeah. Colombia, no, I don't think I ever go to Colombia. I don't foresee me ever going to South America. No. I don't foresee it, to be totally honest. I never foresee it. The only place you could really technically say I would go in South America. Well, you wouldn't really class this South America, but technically you probably would. Have a guess where it is. So have a guess. Just for this, because there's a huge historic significance to the island, to the area. Bad cop, Uruguay. Not something I would go. Peru. Why would I go to Peru? What's in Peru for me? Say, where is that? Say, Lucy. I don't even know what that is. No, I wouldn't go to there. I never was interested, to be totally honest, in South America. But there is one place, Argentina. No, I'm not. I'm not from Germany, so I don't go to. Didn't you go to Norway? No, I didn't go to Norway. I went to Finland. I didn't go to Norway, but I was going to go to Norway for the Oslo Business Conference. I was thinking about it, but I didn't. No, I don't know what you class it now as Panama. No, but it'd be interested to see the Panama in the canal, but I wouldn't. A group to visit troops. No, wait, no. Yeah, that's in the corner over there. That's there. I don't know what you class. Just pause for a second. I don't know what you class it as. South America. I show you, because people won't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Excuse my language, but I don't think you would know really what I'm talking about because not many people probably would hold it. Obviously, I think Aaron only probably would because I don't know. It's kind of I don't know how would you describe it. But give me a second, I describe it for you. Well, I'll show you. How does that sound? It might sound better. It's hard to know, but just for the sake for the shits and giggles, pretty much I would go. Oh my god, il fetto. Where the fuck am I? Oh, my god. Sorry. Where is the fucking image? Sorry, give me a moment. Sorry, I won't be able to see any comments for 2 seconds. Because I don't know if it's probably better to show it to you. Oh, sorry, it's hard to show it. Sorry, I just catch up on the side. Would you like? No, I'm okay. Thank you. Trinidad. No, I know where Trinidad is, but I wouldn't go. No. No, I never was really interested in Central South America. I'll go to the United States maybe someday. We see to New York or up in Washington maybe. Don't know about Canada. I would like to go to Newfoundland sometime. I've said before about Newfoundland. There's a lot of there's a huge Irish culture, funny enough. So I don't know if he's ever heard of this before, but this is St. Helena, the British overseas territory. It's in literally the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, so pretty much we would call it South Atlantic, in the middle of the ocean, pretty much. So the Napoleon, you probably remember, if anybody remembers, the exile to St. Helena during the war, etc., etc. And it's a smaller town, Jamestown, etc., etc. I'd like to go here just for the say from Napoleon, like to see Napoleon. This is where he stayed, and because it's one of the most remote islands in the world. Like as you can see here, this is where it is. Like this is it here. So this, I don't know what you would technically call it part of Africa because this is it there. This is South Africa. Another place I would like to go is Edinburgh of the Seven Seas. Like this is the most remote island in the world, just to say. Like literally in the middle of the Atlantic. So there's only about 200 people living on this island. I don't know if anybody ever. I would like to just go for the sake of arguments. I know it would take fucking 9 trillion years to get there because you would have to go to South Africa and get a boat from South Africa. Am I in the right place? Edinburgh of the Seven Seas. Like this is the whole place, the whole island. And these are British occupied territories, overseas dominions, pretty much. Yeah, so this is all it's there. Just to say it was there. But I think it'd be fun. Them two places. I don't know would you count them as South America. Napoleon was exiled to it, there because they set them far away. He was forced exiled as what they called the island besides Sardinia. There, in fact, Corsica, that's it. And then he came back to France, started another war, and they set them off to St. Helena. So, yes, you know, there, you can see there, it's just that remote, them two islands. Yeah, but it's just for the say, I think it'd be fun enough. Even though it'd be an absolute pain in the ass to get there, because the only place you have to go to South Africa first to get a plane if you're going to St. Helena. Because St. Helena is the airport. But Tristan da Cunha, you have to go by boat 5 days from South Africa. Yeah. Get stuck there. Yeah, we definitely, if you want to get stuck, you go to them places and get stuck. Because you're definitely going to get stuck there. Yeah, I know. I seen it there. I should have looked into it. I think that's just another small. I think that's a Secession Island. It's another British territory. It's a Secession Island, isn't it? Like there's 3 British territories down there. There's 3 British islands like belong to the United Kingdom. So you would be using pound pretty much, and you get in as a European citizen too. Compared to South America, you need visas and all that shit. And same with America, you need visas. Yeah, like nobody, there'd be nothing there. There's nothing there and say hello into that. It's that remote. It's just that remote. But I suppose at the same time, would you really want to be that remote? Because the internet's bad over there. Basically, there's not much going there, and there's not much jobs and stuff like that. So there's pretty much nothing there. So I suppose you have to look at it that way too. Like Ireland gains a lot of money from tourists. You might not think of it. There's a lot of money gained here from tourists, like people coming from tourist America and stuff. Like these countries, say Helena and stuff, at most they probably get 4,000 tourists a year. And say like Tristan da Cunha, we only probably get about maybe 50, or maybe 100 at most. Because it'd be very expensive now. You'd be talking about, I don't know what would be expensive in Finland, to be totally honest, how much I paid the first time I went there. Probably cheaper, just to say. Yeah, it's very high, yeah. That's how the Americans come along. But it's a good thing, it's keeping the economy going. No, not foreseeable, not yet, not in the foreseeable future. Oh yeah, there's a living wage. There's a different Stone Age before. No, I have nobody on my eye. No, not at all. Just making sure I haven't missed something. I probably did miss something. Apologies if I did miss something. So you can only see one of them. One of the don't know. Now, you see, sorry, I'm just looking at something here. 2 seconds. But yeah, that's I don't know what I don't know would anybody class them. Just ask you. Would anybody classify, say, Helena, take example, as in South America, or would you classify it as Africa? What would you classify it as? I suppose. What would you class? I don't know what you would class. I would class it more South America. To be sure, I know it's in the middle of the fucking ocean, but I would classify it as personally. I would. I don't know if that's right now, technology wise, or uh, things and that and other. It's close to Africa, yeah. But it's hard to know. It's kind of in the middle, you know. It's hard to know really what to describe. He's no, don't do that now. You have to drive to the North Fair. Are you talking about the Faroe Islands that under the Kingdom of Denmark? Yeah, I would probably maybe go to the Faroe Islands. It looks nice. I go to Iceland. I would like to go to Iceland and Greenland. Up there, like all of it's kind of north. Like imagine I'm always saying about north, the Nordic countries. Well, not really Nordic countries, but up in the north. Like I should have went that time. I do regret that time. But I was going to Helsinki at the time. I could have went to the Democracy Summit in Denmark in Copenhagen. I should have probably went. I should have probably went to the Oslo Business Conference too. But I didn't go. I probably should have went. But in theory, as opposed to you would be bankrupt by now if I did. I should have probably went, but anyway. But you look, there's always another time. There's always another tomorrow. He keeps the mystery going. No, don't go there. We don't want to go there. Oh, that's the Dutch. Which what? Which is about South African? Like there is an island in the South America that's belonged to the Dutch. I know this is probably not what you're talking about, but that may be what you're talking about. Like there is, the Dutch do have still have a colonial holding, I suppose, in South America. Give me a second. I don't know if anybody knows this though. They still do have a territory. Like the Dutch used to own the Dutch East Indies, which was modern day Indonesia. Where in the name of God and all that's holy. Sorry. I don't know if anybody knows. We'll do history lessons. How's that? I'm your teacher. No homework for anybody. Ho ho. Where in the name of Christ and all that's holy. Isn't it still a Dutch territory? Am I just doting? I could be doting. No, it is a Dutch territory. Yeah. This island relating to the Dutch territory. So there's 3 Dutch islands, like in the Netherlands. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's the right name. So no, Suriname used to be. I'll show you now in a second. Dutch East Indies used to be Indonesia. Then Indonesia broke free in about the 50s, and there was a war over it. A huge colony back in the day. So this is it here. So these are 3 islands, like the Dutch islands, just off Venezuela. So there, you see, this is Venezuela here. So these are the 3 Dutch islands. You're taking you're taking of Suriname. You're taking of here. This is Guinea. The Dutch used to own this back in the day, Suriname, and then Suriname got independence. And the French still own Guinea, French Guinea. So this is still colonial holdings. Like the majority of these islands, this you were talking about earlier on, the majority of these islands used to be always French or British and stuff. But the Dutch still own these. These are the last colonial holdings of the Dutch in the world. So the Dutch own no other islands in the world. They used to own the Dutch East Indies and Suriname, but they don't now. Is that Africa? No, it's South. It's pretty much South America. Would you call it Central America? No, we call it South America. It's Central next. No, I don't. But you see, a lot easier to get in because it's a British territory. No, it's not nowadays. Now, Fiona, if you take it back, the last time the British owned the Dutch East Indies, or the Dutch owned the Dutch East Indies in the 40s during the Second World War. Then after the Dutch Indies broke free and all that, there was a war between it. Yeah, the Falkland Islands. I'm not going to go there in case Argentina decides they want it back. You know. No, we're not going there. That's one place we're not going. We're not going to go there. Don't want to go there. But there's another small island. I know this sounds so far. Like I'm always talking about this island, the other island. No, I find islands so interesting. To be totally honest. Obviously, growing up on an island myself, you would find it interesting. What do you call this? Whoever place? Excuse me. Um, no offense, to anybody who lives there, but so obviously, I said about Newfoundland. I want to go to Newfoundland someday. Around the shores of Newfoundland. Like I have this kind of planned out in my head someday, but not in years away. Easter Island must be interesting. Yeah, hold if I don't know where it is. I remember seeing it on the map somewhere, but I can't remember whereabouts it is. Because there's a lot of Irish tradition in Newfoundland. You wouldn't believe. But if you look up videos on YouTube, there's loads of videos of Irish tradition in Newfoundland. This is Newfoundland. This is where the Titanic sank. You probably know, but the Titanic sank around here somewhere, just off the shore of Newfoundland. So I would like to go to Newfoundland because there's a lot of Irish tradition in Newfoundland. There's a lot of Irish people with Irish names. Like there's people called O'Sullivan. There's people called different Irish names. Sean Smith. All this names. Like it actually is the truth. But there's an interesting thing. So if I was going to Newfoundland in the morning, take for example, this is part of Canada. You go to Newfoundland, right? And then you know where I could go. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this. This is the French Overseas Dominion. So this is part of the European Union. So I would hop over from Newfoundland to this French place. It's a French island. So yeah, the accents are pretty much Irish. I don't know if you probably know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Many people probably here probably wouldn't know. But it'd be interesting just to go, just to have a look. See that. I checked that out now, John. So because I did see it before. Now you're right in saying there's such a thing. There's something called Christmas Island. There's an island near Australia called Christmas Island. Would you believe there's actually an island called Christmas Island? Now it's not to do with it, it's called Christmas Island. The small little islands around the world. It's an island off the coast of Chile. Excuse me. Since when? Huh. Fair to say, John, I'm not going to be going there, unfortunately. Like it's in Chile. Like it's literally in the middle of nowhere in the Pacific. Like I remember seeing it. Like you're right in saying I do remember seeing it, but I don't think I'd be going there. Because literally there's nothing around it for miles. Yeah, but there's such things as Christmas Island. It's near Australia. I know that for a fact. So it's like above Australia, near Indonesia. And me speaking about islands, guess what? Like there's an island in Finland called Åland. It's a tree. Like there's been huge debate for the last since the foundation of Finland in 1918 between Sweden and Finland, because technically Sweden claims it to be finished, like their territory. Finland claims to be their territory. With all that. Yeah, it's on YouTube. No, I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen that. Like there's lots of Irish stuff on YouTube and stuff, and it's hard to find it all. Where was there something else? One time I seen someone. Cork accents. Yeah, it must be some. It must be some sight to see. But it's the same in Newfoundland. Pretty much to have Irish names to speak nearly. Not like a cavan accent, I don't think, but that kind of Dublin accents and stuff, kind of like that kind of thing. Like as soon as I open my mouth in Finland, everybody knew it was from Ireland. Which one was I saying? What was it? Ireland, Ireland. No, I don't think so. Not that I know. I don't know much about it, to be honest. But we're going probably go someday. Like that's guaranteed Ireland. We're going to go to Ireland someday. It's in the Baltic Sea. The Baltic, yeah, Baltic Sea. Yes, it is. I thought I mixed up with the Black Sea level side. It's an autonomous region of Finland. So we go there someday. But yeah, no, we'll be definitely going to there or something. We won't be going next time we go anyway. Because I already have too much. I'll be playing next time. In Hawaii, yeah, I think it was Hawaii. I'm not too sure now. I'm not too. I know what you're talking. I have thought of it, but I don't know where he was killed. Like I don't know when to be that. To be totally honest, I haven't. I vaguely heard of it before. You he's finished. How dare you? Excuse me. Uh, finish ages, of course. Um, allegedly, of course. Of course, allegedly. Um, we see how we go. We'll probably stay for another few minutes, but not too long now. Do you know what? How about we go to 11? That's the latest I could do. 11. How does that sound? And then I can chill out the rest of the night. How does that sound? If that's okay with people. Finish that. What? Uh, we'll talk or try and be in. um, I don't know. I couldn't really tell you if I finished that. I presume there's one up in Lapland, like for the native Finns, assuming the people, assumingly Finn, the Finn, like the native Finns, up in Lapland would have that would have got assuming, yeah. I might be wrong maybe in that. If it exists, yeah, of course, of course. So I'm just moving things here. It wasn't a bus helicopter. Was I ever in a helicopter? No, I wasn't. I just had to take that. I couldn't remember. Was I ever one? Is it late? It's nearly half 10. Not that bad. It's later in other parts. And Helsinki at the moment, if I was there, 2 hours ahead. 1 o'clock in the morning. Yes, 1 o'clock in the morning. Yes, it'd be 1 o'clock in the morning. Would it be? Yeah. No, it wouldn't be. Yeah, 1 o'clock in the morning. Wouldn't be. My joking time. See, it's hard to remember. It's hard to like in Germany now. It's Helsinki, but good. Give me this time. Give me this. I'm wrong. Sorry, it's half 12. Sorry. Yeah, I'm joking. Sorry, fuck me. Yeah, it's half 12 in Helsinki. Yeah, I'm getting confused. Sorry, I was getting confused. Although I was thinking 11 o'clock. I was thinking it was half 11. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Never mind. That should be stupid. But see, that's dyslexia coming in there. You'd be lucky to get. Well, I could get in a helicopter. I thought about it. Like there's a thing in Helsinki where you can go flying around the archipelago and all that, and it's only about €500 for an hour. I did think about it. Might do it sometime when I'm in Helsinki. Not probably the next time. If I get time, if I ever do go for a good while, like a week or two, I will probably do it. There's not the fact I wouldn't pay for it. It'd be good fun just to look around from the sky. It's just that you need loads of time to do it because it takes an hour. So. It's a live clip tonight. It's brilliant. That's good. There'll be a lot of music and stuff going on the next few days. There are a lot of people going out tonight now to celebrate for Christmas. Because a lot of people will be off work. But a lot of people will be getting the holidays. She's indoor now. She's indoor. It's wet and windy outside. She's downstairs. She's not out. She didn't come up anyway. Because you would hear her, she'd be scratching here. But she's not. She's not here. So I have food. All that. So she's fine. She's not. Never come. Like any time I'm live, she never was around. She was sitting. Where was she? She was sitting over here, like in the corner over there, the other day. But I wasn't live. Like I was just getting up to go to work, and she was sitting in the corner, and she sat there until I came back from work, and then she went off. So. She never went. If she was she was not even up here to bring in because she's probably still downstairs. So yeah, we were just talking about that earlier on, Tony. Yeah, she's not here. No, I was just making sure because sometimes she goes under my desk and sits on my desk, but she doesn't do that all the time. But sometimes she does it. To try exactly. Thing that pisses me off, but these markers, they're all dried up. Like they're all drew up. Drew up. Like look at this. I'm trying to whiten the fucking one better. And I wouldn't mind. I never used it. Like if I opened this up now to see how much I use, I probably only used about there. Like it's so upsetting. Yeah, it's just a nuisance. It just can't be used. It goes in the bin. That can go in the bin too. Like, is this still working? I got with the tree. Yeah, this is still working. I don't know what that means. The word. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Give me a moment. Sorry, I'm messing around here. Sorry, where would I leave off there, John? Yeah, I do like dry markers. Yeah, they're not great when you have them like that. Oh, a boxing match. Oh, I didn't even know it was on. That just goes to show you how much I know. Sorry, apologies. Sorry. I couldn't tell you. I'm not a betting now. See, it shows you how much I pay attention to stuff. It's supposed to be good luck, black cat. Yeah, that's what they said years ago. And I suppose no harm having cats around to keep the mice away and the rats. That's lovely. I was actually just speaking about the box match there. As soon as I opened Twitter there, it's the first thing that popped up for me. I'll show you. I can show you. Like you see there, that's the first thing that popped up for me. And that's the first I heard of it. As soon as you mentioned it, there you go. The Irish Star US. Never heard of him in my life, but I don't know why it popped up. There you go. So imagine that. This is the first time you just told me there, and as soon as you know. Oh, you're going Green Base. Did you say that? I didn't even see that. Sorry. Are you going too, John? Or are you saying goodbye to Gordon? Oh, you're going. Yeah, Green Face is going. Sorry, I did say Gordon. I'm sorry. I'm joking. Sorry. Yeah, no bother. I'll talk to you later, Green Face. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy your Christmas. We won't be live anyway next Wednesday. We'll probably be live after that now. But yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a good. Hope you have a good Christmas. Wish you all the best for Christmas. We definitely probably be talking after Christmas, because we will be live anyway coming after Christmas. So. Apologies. I thought we were talking about Gordon. Sorry, apologies. Shows you how much shows you how much I can win. Oh no, that's okay. Sorry, I'm joking, John. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. See, sometimes when I'm not, when I look up at the chat, I get confused with what's happening. Sorry. See, that can just happen. See, with dyslexia, that can happen. You get big doted when you see a lot of text like in front of you. It's hard to kind of focus in. You're going as well. Oh, you're going as well. Everybody's going. Everybody's leaving us. I'm only joking. But no bother going. Thank you for being here. For your going now. I presume we chat later on. Yeah, we can give us some money when you become out of switches, man. You can hand out a few dosh to us. Tony Blair would like to have your phone number if that happens, too. No bother, Gwynfist. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Have you got snow? It's supposed to be giving snow tonight, but that's probably bullshit. I mean, totally answer. So, no. Maybe in the mountains to do, but I don't think you. Not that I know of, anyway. I don't think remember. I haven't. Not in recent times, anyway. No, not that I know now, John. I probably did it back years ago. Yeah, I don't know. Going to fly too. Jeez, you're leaving us too. No bother, Ready. Enjoy your Christmas, anyway. We chat after Christmas, anyway. Have a good rest of your night, and have a great Christmas, of course, too. Do you go to church? I go now and again, but when I was younger, now we used to go every week. But see, when you go to work too, take for example, an only week, you go 5 days a week to work. You 40-hour week, right? When you get home with even your child, and when you have housework to do, and then you have different things to do, and then having to go to church and stuff, it's a lot of work. The majority of people go to church as elderly people and stuff because they have more time in their hands. You're going too now. Everybody's going. Everybody's making the excuses. No bother, Fiona. I'll talk to you again. Thank you again for the card. There'll be a video up during the weekend, so somewhere see you probably there too. So You're going now too. Are you going for good this time now, John? But yeah, no bother if you don't take care. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, well, I might go Christmas morning to church. Yeah, see, if I get time, I will. Christmas morning, but it is hectic Christmas morning. You're putting on stuff for teach. It is hectic enough. Yeah, well, not much. About 800,000 million or so, give or take. I think. See, how we know that is Finland's transparency laws. Is everything has to be very transparent. It's about that 800,000, a million or so. A million, maybe I'd say 1.5 million if you add up everything. Going by, because he owns an apartment in Helsinki and, and then the picture of the Prime Ministership and MP's picture. So, yeah, about that. 1.5 million. Say all together. About 1.5 million. Like property and everything good. Which doesn't sound much compared to, take for example the former Taoiseach here, John Bruton. He had 16 million worth of stuff. I don't know where he got that in Bertie or how it was up hundreds of millions a year. So I don't know where they're getting it. So that's all the Senate has. Because you have to remember everything has to be documented in detail. In the Finnish transparency laws, everything, every detail. Because it's serious penalties if you mess up the transparency. Then so I know I'm not going to do that. John Bruton, yeah, but John Bruton did, yeah, he had a lot of money. No, it's okay. No, don't worry. No, 100%. Don't worry, John. No, it's 100%. There's no problem mentioning OT. Well, technically, you could count you as a government employee. Technically. Very low government employee. Agent of Ireland, agent of the state here, you take. But no, the lowest government employee you probably could find, pretty much. Like the lowest level. Like I'm not anybody in the big office, if that makes sense. Like a high ranking civil servant doesn't make sense. I'm only the lowest level of the civil service. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much the lowest level. As I said, probably in Connolly Brothers, I think. In Cavan, I presume. Yeah, he's always on. He's the OT has him on nearly every week now. But no, he'll probably be president. He probably will be the president at the next election. Pretty much. Because he's always said he'd go for the presidency. Yeah, it's literally. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of moving over. Yeah. Oh, you're going. You're going too. Everybody's going. Everybody's leaving. But night. Enjoy your Christmas. I can never pronounce, but enjoy your Christmas. I hope you have a good Christmas, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yes, it's pretty much probably guaranteed you will because you get all the old people voting them. Because all the old people like and people like myself wouldn't have much time, but the old people do. So we probably will see him president, most likely. Either that or it would be Jerry Adams, whichever. But that's next year. The presidential election's next year. No, this year coming. Sorry, this year. Yes, this year, isn't it? This year, yeah. The presidential election is 2025. Yeah, like not the beginning of the end of 2025, October or something. So yeah, this year coming, yeah. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, isn't it this year? Anybody know? Yeah, I think it is this year. It's either that or 20. I presume it's 2025. Yeah, I think so. Biden saying it's the presidential election. Yeah. Oh, you mean he'll book and stuff? I don't know. Don't think he probably will. I don't foresee it now. Maybe he will. I don't think so. But I haven't heard him say anything about it. But no, Today gets knows it's Christmas. Well, it's not that you need a lot of support. You need support from senators and TDs. It's not like you can just put your name forward in the presidential election here. You need the backing of about 20 senators and TDs to put your name forward. Not even that, you need the backing of a few local authorities, like 3 or 4 local authorities. So you need to convince the local authorities, like the councillors, to say, yeah, we agree with you, one for the presidency. And then obviously you need loads of money too for the presidency. So it's not a simple task, the Irish presidency. You need to have a lot of money, you need to have a lot of political support. And Elon Musk is not going to get it. Simple as that from the mainstream politicians. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might get a few county councils maybe, but I don't foresee it because it's simply that much. It'd be different if you just needed the senators or TDs, but then he needs the backing of local authorities, 3 or 4 local authorities, and that'd be difficult to get. You know. Then, not to mention, you need about 500,000, isn't a 500,000 or a million to go for the presidency. So you need a lot of money. So pretty much only the rich people could do it. You know, that's why you always see big names because they have the backing of political parties and the money and stuff. Because the only Joe couldn't run for the presidency. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't take whatever TDs or senators. You maybe get the Healy Ways or somebody to back him, along with a few other independent senators, maybe. But I simply don't think you would get the backing of the county councils. Any of the county councils, maybe a few of them, but I don't know. I don't foresee the county councils voting for Labour. It's the same even Conor. Even Conor McGregor would have the money, but I don't think he would have the political support for it. So there's a lot of sites. So it's not like in any other country. It's not like the Dáil elections. You can put your name forward. You need, I think it's €500 just to put your to pay for whatever to put your name, to put your name down. Not that much compared to the presidency. And even just take for example local election, European elections. You could be nobody. As long as you have the €500, then you're fine. You can run for the elections. But in the presidential elections, you need the backing. You need some kind of backing. You would need some kind of big support. Yeah, it did seem like he done something to a woman. He did seem like he assaulted her, anyway. It does seem like the jury did convict that he did assault her. So that's what happened there. This is back a few weeks ago, yeah. But he didn't go to prison. It was just fined. She looked for it was like a civil case, not really a legal case. That's really what it was. But anyway, I think maybe we leave it here. How does that sound? We'll leave it here for tonight. We'll let people go on with the business for tonight. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Is there anything else before we go to anybody else? Because this is the last live stream before Christmas. If anybody wants to say anything before I go, because we won't be back until after Christmas live anyway. Unless something happens. Yeah, happy Christmas, John. All the best to you, Christmas. Hope you have a good Christmas. But is there anything else anybody wants to say? Because no point telling me after Christmas. I meant to tell you this before Christmas, or I meant to say this, or I meant to say that. Now's your chance. Have a good Christmas too, Brian, of course. Hope we have a good one. We have a good one. Um, so nothing else, not because if somebody else to say, if Gordon was here now, he'd say something. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all she wrote. So yeah, as I say, happy Christmas to you all. We'll be back anyway. There'll be videos up before Christmas anyway. We'll be back after Christmas. That's Saturday, not this Wednesday, but that Saturday we'll be back. We could be Friday. We see how we get on. Maybe we see how we Friday. Maybe we go for an hour. We'll see to make up for Wednesday. We'll see how we get on. How does that sound? We're definitely Saturday. We will be live next Saturday, but we won't be live Wednesday. So yeah, take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night, and of course, enjoy your whole Christmas. And to you and your family and everybody, have a good, safe, and peaceful Christmas. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for the support. Again, I talked in the video beforehand, before Christmas, as I make a video on it. So yeah, take care. Talk to you, and good night.